Today, I want to talk about the fascial tissue and chronic pain and how to release chronic pain from your life for good. That's a pretty steep statement too, and I want to honor anyone who's had chronic pain their whole life. I'm not making it a simple solution, but here is a new way to look at your chronic pain. So the fascial tissue is connective tissue. It's one piece, one continuous piece of connective tissue that creates the structure of your body. It goes around every ligament, tendon, organ, nerve, bone, all the way to the cellular level. So I did a video on this where I explained how this fascial tissue is actually connective tissue around your cells. So now if you step back and really look at what I'm talking about here, I'm talking about tissue that contracts and expands with our pain, with our thoughts of stress, with our physical pain, and with our emotional pain. So this expansive contractive tissue will contract when we are in physical pain or emotional pain or stress. And so what it does is it's like saran wrap. It'll glue around our body. It'll just start to pull in. Now, the interesting part is the fascial tissue has 600 to 1,000 more nerve endings in it than any other tissue. It is highly sensory. It's one of the most sensory perceptive tissues in our body. And so it is going to lock up if it feels threatened or if it's in pain. So let's say you get an injury and the fascial tissue locks up. And let's say that pain and that trauma of that pain was so traumatic and it was so life-changing that the tissue does not feel safe. And so the fascial tissue will not release until it feels safe, until it feels completely safe. Because remember, it is the most sensitive tissue in your body. So it's going to hold on until it relaxes and it feels safe. So how do you get rid of chronic pain when you have this tightness? And so, yes, a manual therapist like myself can help you. But I can't do it alone. I have to have someone that understands the sensitivity of this fascial tissue and the role that this fascial tissue plays in your body in order to relax enough, in order to let go, in order to release the pain. Now, the fascial tissue will actually lock up, form around whatever it is it's locked up around, and thicken. So one session of a fascial release might give you a little bit of relief, but it's going to go back because it's the nerve tissue, right? It's the sheath around your nerves. And if you know that you've been in chronic pain, your nerves are on fire all the time and it's fight or flight all the time. So the tissue will want to go back because that's what it's been trained to do. And that's very thick. So to get a therapist in there and to get good release, it will take, I see great results from 3 to 5 sessions with someone with chronic pain. Okay, so once I get the chronic pain done, it could take longer if it's been a lifetime because we have to relearn patterns of neurological functioning. But I've seen great results in 3 to 5. Here's the tricky part. We've got to change the way we operate and the way we look at life. And we have created neural pathways for that pain. It doesn't mean that pain is just in our mind. It means there's a really strong pain connection from your brain to the area of your chronic pain. And so once that tissue has been released, we need to retrain ourselves that today is going to be a pain-free day. I am pain-free. And so it's going to take a lot of rethinking as well. Once that pain gets physically released, now we have to be conscious of our thoughts. Okay, so that's one part. Fascial tissue gets strengthened through working out in multi-directional areas. So if you have chronic pain, there's obviously also a weak component in that area that needs strengthening. If you've had chronic pain for years, then that whole area probably needs strengthening. If you have chronic pain because you went to go lift something, it possibly is because there was the supporting muscle or ligament that wasn't strong enough that gave away, and then it strained the muscle when you were lifting, okay? So now you've got, what happens here is that fascial tissue will surround the weaker area and thicken and form around it as if it's supporting it just like a muscle would, okay? But that's not its job. Its job is not to hang on and be a muscle or be a support. Your fascial tissue is connective tissue. Your fascial tissue is there to help you move in multidimensional ways. Your fascial tissue is supposed to be web-like and ooey and gooey and help you move and help you feel good and help you to, it is the ground of being in our body. And so when it's locked up and thick, then we're not getting our electrical signals through there. We're not getting correct hydration. We're not getting correct immune release, lymphatic drainage. We're not getting correct movement. So then it affects other organs. So if you can kind of understand how this fascial tissue, which is highly conscious tissue, will do what it needs to do to help you. Okay. So once you get it released, then your job is change your neurological patterns, change the way you look at pain, be thankful for the pain being gone. So we've got to rewire our brain. Okay. 2, stretch and strengthen the area that was injured, and that will help too. 3, watch your stressful thoughts. Watch how you handle stress through the day, because remember, if the fascial tissue is our nerve tissue, it's around the nerve endings, it's the sheath that goes everywhere in our body, it's going to react again. Okay, that's its job. So the more calm we are, the more we practice deep breathing, the more we don't react to life and we more observe life, the more that we step back and we are more thoughtful of how we approach stressful situations rather than reactive and going back to our old patterns. Mindfulness will help the fascial tissue as well. So reach out to me if you have any more questions. My name is Kristen Husted and my practice is well balanced. Thank you and have a great day.